Call Allah, Hayna Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah Mashiach Malaki Bashim Harawat Kapudash, Barakathon, the water by Babal, Wakwam Yasharab. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone teachers daily. To the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine and city Shalom. Today we're gonna get into a video. Basically, Esau thinking he's gonna be a god. I mean, the animal, the beast, the two-legged monster, think he's gonna be a god. Little does he know, he ain't nothing but a proud slave. So, without further ado, let's get some scripture, and let's start with Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked, because the faces of the judges thereof is not wearing wisdom. It's literally given to the hand of the wicked. That's why so much wickedness is allowed. Now, yeah, they boasting. I mean, they are proud. And let's get. Let me see if I can find it. Well, let's go to Google, because Google gotta be tripping sometimes. See what the Lord hates. This is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. And we're going to read on down a bit. We're going to read down to 19. This is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things that the Lord hates, there are 7 are an abomination unto him: a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. That's Esau, guilty of all 3. And heart that devises wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies. This man false accused us day and night, 24 hours a day. And he that soweth discord among brethren, all he do is start shit. That's what sowing discord is. So, with that being said, we all know what the Lord hates. So, the Lord basically hates Esau, and he said it. So, how he think he gonna be? The Lord is gonna allow him to be on the same level as him. Let me see if I can get it. This is Ecclesiastes, book of Sirach, chapter 27, verse 24. I have hated many things, but nothing like him, for the Lord will hate him. But somehow this clown thinks the Lord's gonna allow him to be on the same level as him. That shows you the delusion of Esau. Now let's get to the video. The name of this video is "We Are Going to Become Gods." I will exalt my throne above the stars as God something something. Let's see. No, that's here. Okay, let me put this back up. Transhumanists, we are going to become gods. Period. See how proud they are? Let's go.
We are going to become gods. Period. If you don't like it, get off. You don't have to contribute. You don't have to participate. But if you're going to interfere with me becoming God, you're going to have big trouble.
I wonder if they're going to tell it to you how it sound when you pull up on their heads. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. Whoso opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh, or that is worship, so that he, as Yahweh, sitteth in the temple of Yahweh, showing himself that he is Yahweh. Man got a God complex. He wants to be God, but he doesn't have common sense. He doesn't have wisdom. He doesn't have morals. He doesn't have integrity. This man is murderous, a bloody man, a thief, a liar, a pedophile, a homosexual. But yet he thinks the Lord is going to allow him to be on the same level as him. Now, if anything, Esau has proven this. He has proven that he is not fit to rule because he showed this the last 4 kingdoms. The Lord gave him 4 kingdoms and he fucked them all up with this one being the worst one. Yet he think he gonna rise and become God-like. These people are delusional. They don't deal with reality. All they want what they want, regardless of how much sense it does not make. These people do not deal with reality. They're very delusional. And that maybe slavery gonna snap them out of this shit, because I mean, just the dumbest people I've ever seen in my life. The proudest people I've ever seen. Speaking of pride, let's get 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 4. He is proud, knowing nothing, but doubting about questions and strifes of words, always turning nothing into something with the words he done made up. For example, anti-Semitic. See what I'm saying? You're a terrorist if you disagree with me. All this bullshit. Start from the top. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 4. He is proud, knowing nothing, but doubting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, evil surmisings, which is a thought or idea based on little or no evidence. But for some reason, this dude thinks the Lord will allow him to be on the same level as him. Verse 5. Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. See, they think if they steal a whole bunch of shit, they're going to become godlike. No, it just makes you the thief that the Bible calls you. Supposing that gain is godliness, from such withdraw thyself. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 16. But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness. Let it play.
Then we'll have warfare. The only way you can prevent me in this 50-year is to kill me.
I thought God's were immortal. So if somebody kills you, you're obviously not a God. See how delusional these people are?
Kill me, I'll kill you.
How you gonna kill somebody if you already dead? See the delusion? Let me see if I can get this through. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians. Okay, this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. We'll start at verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now will let until he be taken out of the way. And that is about to happen. Verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, who are the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all powers and signs and lying wonders. Verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Verse 11. And for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. This man think he's gonna be a God. Verse 12. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And that includes you Edomites. How you gonna kill somebody if you already dead, stupid? Let's bring it back.
In this 50-year is to kill me. If you kill me, I'll kill you.
Humanity will split not into classes. It will split into species, into different species. Now, why is data so important? It's important because we've reached the point when we can hack not just computers, we can hack human beings and other organisms. There is a lot of talk these days about hacking computers and email accounts and bank accounts and mobile phones, but actually we are gaining the ability to hack human beings. Now, what do you need in order to hack a human being? You need two things. You need a lot of computing power.
Why would you even want to hack a human being if you ain't up to no wickedness? See, 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so-called. This is falsely called so-called science. These people want to turn you into an abomination, something that the Lord doesn't recognize, so he will be forced to destroy you. Now let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. See, they think they doing something. Now the Lord is doing it. The Lord is making them think that they're going to get away with something just so they can continue to do it. Remember, the Lord, he going to judge you based on what you've done and what you've said. So they actually have to do it in order to be judged. See what I'm saying?
And you need a lot of data, especially biometric data. Not data about what I buy or where I go, but data about what is happening inside my body and inside my brain. Until today, nobody had the necessary computing power and the necessary data to hack humanity.
See these idiots? I mean, idiots, man. Now let's come out of this. Let's go to Daniel chapter 7. And we're going to verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, blasphemy, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and to think to change the times and laws. They talking about hacking people, just dumb shit, delusion. And they shall be given into his hand until the time and times and the dividing of time. Basically, you always in the Lord's hand. You ain't doing nothing rogue on your own. The Lord got y'all in the trick bag that y'all believe the bullshit y'all actually say. But that's cool though, because that's the only way you're going to perform the wickedness so the Lord can destroy you. And it's cool. Do it. Do it. Do it. Now let's go to the book of Psalms. Chapter 140. And we can start at verse 1. Psalm chapter 140, verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. Verse 2. Which imagine mischiefs in his heart. Continually are they gathered together for war. Verse 3. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips a lot. Verse 4. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to overthrow my goings. Verse 5. The proud have hid a snare for me and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. Salah. Verse 6. I say unto the Lord, thou art my power. Hear my voice. Hear the voice of my supplications, O Lord. Verse 7. O power, the Lord, the strength of my salvation. Thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. Verse 8. Grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device, lest they shall exalt themselves. Salah. See? Verse 9. As for the head of those that compass me about, that the mischief of their own lips cover them. Verse 10, let the burning coals fall upon them. Let them be cast into fire, into deep pits, that they shall not rise up again. See, this is King David putting curses on the Edomites. And they will be answered, because it's real. Verse 11, let not an evil speaker be established in the earth. Evil shall hunt the violent man to overthrow him. Verse 12, I know that the Lord will maintain the cause of the afflicted and the right of the poor. Verse 13, surely the righteous shall give thanks unto thy name. The upright shall dwell in thy presence. Esau think he can get some type of power. This dude is crazy as hell. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8. And we're going down to verse 12. Well, we start at 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. See? Because they haven't got punished yet. Why? Because the Lord wanted them proud. See, if you don't get punished, you become spoiled, entitled, proud. That's what the Lord wants. That's the only way they're going to be able to carry this bullshit out, because they're going to have confidence. See what I'm saying? And that's what the Lord wants. They're in the trick bag. So as soon as they try to pull this shit, the Lord going to go in on it. Verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh, which fear before him. Verse 13. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither prolong his days, which are the shadow, because he feareth not before Yahweh. Now let's go to Psalm chapter 14. Verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. The fool has said in his heart, there is no Yahweh. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. Now let's go to Jude, chapter 1. We can start at verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth as an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. This is modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. I call it the USA, United Sodomites of America. So yeah, it's gonna get destroyed again. Verse 8. Likewise, also these filthy dreamers defile the flesh, despise dominion, and speak evil of dignities. Esau guilty of all three. Now let's go to Habakkuk. Where is 2 and 9? And we start at verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Some wrong to do. He delusional, dude. But the just shall live by his faith. Verse 5. Also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire is hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied. Everything enough of this food. But gather unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people. He wants everybody to bow down to him, like he's even worthy. A delusional base man / slave wants to be a god. Oh, he'll be out. His chain's gonna keep him warm. This is Isaiah chapter 14, and we're going down to verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children. for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. Yeah, fair slaughter for his children, because these are the same people that was back then. They just came back to be judged. Now let's see what scriptures we got. Him want to be a god. Oh, him want to be. Man, you a base man. You'll never be a god. You'll be the best. You could be the best slave you could be though. Psalm chapter 73, verse 7, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart to wish. Verse 8, they are corrupt. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Yeah, that's some proud talk right there. Verse 9, they set their mouth against the heavens. Talking all that big boy shit. And their tongue walk through the earth. That's their media. How they spread lies. How they lie on everybody. How they exalt themselves. Verse 12, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 7, the robbery of the wicked shall destroy them because they refuse to do judgment. They don't know how to judge because they were not born to be righteous judges. They were created to be the wicked. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. This is another reason why they are unfit to rule. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Yeah, he's a delusional idiot all day. He just don't know what's about to happen to his proud ass. This is how Esau thinks right here. We'll go to Book of Psalms, chapter 10, and we'll start at verse 3 and read on down to verse 7. Psalm chapter 10, verse 3. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh abhorred. Yeah, he always saying what he want to do. That don't mean shit if it's not written. Verse 4, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts, because he wants to be a God. Dumbass. Verse 5, his ways are always grievous. That's not a righteous judge. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffed at them, thinking they ain't nothing. I'm the shit. That's Esau's attitude. We can blow them up. They ain't nothing. Just like he was boasting in this video to myself. If you get in my way, I'm going to kill you. Man, shut up. Verse 6. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. Delusion. The Lord has sent them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Verse 7, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Did we not just hear that from both of those people? Okay. Sirach chapter 27, verse 26. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth the trap shall be taken therein. 27. He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know when it cometh. This is the rest of Esther, the Apocrypha. Seeing then we understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men, Edomites, differing in a strange manner of their laws, Edomites, and evil affected to our state, working all the mischief they can, Edomites, that our kingdom may not be firmly established. Yeah, you can try all that bullshit, but you still going into chains, homie, because it's written. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus says the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more unto mine? Is counsel perish from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? The answer is yes, because they dumbass. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 8. Shall I not in that day, says the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And they are, yeah, their wisdom is gone because they talking crazy as hell, like this shit gonna actually happen. No, y'all going in the chains. Job chapter 30, verse 8, they were the children of fools. Children of base men, they were violent in the earth. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 16, the wise are cautious and avoid danger. Fools plunge ahead with reckless confidence. You just heard two fools in the beginning of this video. Reckless confidence. Like you just got it like that. Okay, okay, okay. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And that's all you see on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. People mourning, complaining. Mostly Edomites because the curses are being put on them slowly but surely. Let me get that scripture real quick. Okay, it's in Deuteronomy. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 30. All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Yeah, they feeling them curses. See, the curses ain't kicked in yet. Not for real. When them chains get slapped on your ass, that's when you know the curses are in full effect. And that's the Edomites and you other 16 nations. Yep, this is it right here. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. See, they lying to everybody, but the Lord is deceiving them by putting them thoughts in their head like they just gonna be gods. Now, to prove that, let's get this. That's not it. I just read that. And this is Job. Let's go to Job chapter 12 real quick. There's some meat in there. Hold on. Job chapter 12. Okay, this is Job chapter 12, verse 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are he. Lord controls the whole show. Verse 17. He leadeth counselors away spoil and maketh the judges fools. Sound about right? Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, with thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. This man is a child. I want it my way. This is mine, mine, mine. Me, me, me. Yeah. Them change. You can have them change. Job chapter 30, verse 8. They were children of fools, children of base men. They were violent in the earth. Job chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands could not perform their enterprise. They want it so bad. And it's going to hurt their poor little heart when the Lord just put them within inches of success and snatch it all. That's how cold. Psalm chapter 21, verse 11. For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. They ain't finna do shit but go into slavery. He wanted to be a god. He sold his birthright. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Let there be any fornicator or profane person, as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. No, you're not going to be a god. The earth was given to the Israelites. You sold your birthright to Jacob, Esau. Sorry, not sorry. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 17. He that is angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked devices is hated. Don't nobody like your ass. So how you think people gonna allow you to be over them? Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 28. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. You have to have some type of understanding to be a righteous judge, a righteous ruler, a God. No, you lacking in so many areas. It's ridiculous. I mean, you rank right above animals. You rank between the lowest human and the highest intelligent animal. But you think you got what it takes to be a righteous ruler. Look at the earth. Look at the condition this planet is in. But you think you're going to be a righteous God. Ooh, boy. Like the elder said, you're going into slavery, boy. Yes, yes. Matter of fact, let's get it. Shit. Psalm chapter 2, verse 8, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Verse 9, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them into pieces like a potter's vessel. Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And only Israelites are the saints. Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Verse 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. Psalm chapter 149, verse 6. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand. Verse 7. To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. Verse 8, to bind their kings with chains and nobles with fetters of iron. Verse 9, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints, praise ye the Lord. Now let's get another one. Let's go to the book of Obadiah, just to make it official. Let me start at verse 3. The pride of man's heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, caveman, whose habitation is high, that sitteth in his heart. Who shall bring me down to the ground? Remember that? I'm gonna be a god. You ain't gotta participate. If you gonna try to interfere, I'm gonna kill you. Yeah. Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. Ooh. Now what's on all these government flags and on all these government seals? An eagle. That's how they exalt themselves. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? The Lord did exposing his man. Verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Timon, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Verse 16. As for ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink. You going into punishment, captivity, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had never been. All these spoiled ass, rich, entitled, spoiled again. Yeah, y'all going into chains, homie. Verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, Israelites, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. We get all our stuff back. And then some. Verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. That's the northern and southern kingdom. And the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Now, let's get my two favorites. Let them know what it is. That boy Ezekiel 25. Just to bring it on home, you know how we do. And we start at verse 12. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and there the Don shall fall by the sword. These are Edomites. Verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to mine fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. Verse 17. And I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes. Ooh. And they shall know that I am the Lord when I shall lay my vengeance upon them. What you got to say now, E? I mean, we know what you want to do, but that's not going to happen. We just read what's about to happen to your ass. So, and that's the Lord cold like that. He going to put it inches in your grasp and then just snatch it all away and take these chains. If you survive. So let that be a lesson to you proud people. That's why the Lord hates a proud look. What else he hates? A lying tongue and hands to shed innocent blood. You guilty of all three. But for some reason, you think the Lord is going to allow you to be on the same level as him, as the Israelites, the 144,000, an innumerable 1/3. Delusion, delusion, delusion. But that's all right, though. This captivity going to snap your ass back into reality that you ain't shit. You ain't going to be shit. And then all you're going to be is a slave until your execution date. You're going to be on death row for 1,000 years, homie. That is not godlike. But see, you were never meant to be a god anyway. You were meant to be a slave. You were meant to do three things: punish us, destroy your own kingdom that we built, and build ours for free. And then you out this bitch. Call Allah Mullah Hayy now Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah Mashiach wa Malaki by Shem Harat Kapadash, Baraka Thumb, the Water Baba Ball, Wa Kwam Yashira. Shalom.